Good morning. I'm here setting a hood vent. I've got some cabinet jacks under it. I've actually kind of made a little bit of progress already, and I thought I should make a video of this real quick. Pretty simple. It's just a chimney stack vent. It does have a sloped ceiling, which makes it a little more difficult. I'm either gonna have to recess these into the ceiling or I'm gonna cut this at an angle, and I really don't want to do that because this is the upper part, and if I cut it at an angle, I may get into this. So, haven't sorted that out yet. I've really just sort of unboxed the thing, figured out what the height I want it at is, which is the next tile line up from that. So it's gonna be 30 inches, and that's kind of as low as I can go because I only have two stacks here, and I have about 2 feet to go, and that'll leave me about an inch of overlap. So I made it as low as I could. I think it feels pretty good, you know. And I'm just sort of using these cabinet jacks to keep it in place. It's a really handy tool, cabinet jacks. They help you do things like this. Obviously set upper cabinets, but yeah, that's that. Also, we got this Thor 36 inch. It's all gas range in here. It was really difficult to put in because we just had this floor refinished. We got a nice Swedish finish on it, and it's really grippy. Yeah, kind of really grip. It's like a basketball court almost. It's really got a hard, clean, shiny surface. Not really glossy, but a satin, maybe a semi-gloss. And it's just this range has these. They're actually nice, but they're these rubber feet on the bottom. I don't know if you can see that. My camera will go down there even, but it's, where is it? I go sideways. There it is, which is a weird way to film, but they're adjustable. But they are rubber tipped, and when I put it, I had this appliance thing. I had that down. It would not push in, and it's pretty heavy. It's actually really heavy. I mean, it just, when those rubber feet hit the floor, it just, and it was a real pain to get it in there. I won't tell you how I got it in because I'm kind of ashamed, but, well, okay, I put my feet on both sides with a piece of cardboard, and I put my butt on the ground, and I just had to kind of kick, one little kick at a time, and, it didn't damage anything. It did, unfortunately, even though I had the appliance thing down, leave these little half moons. This is I think it's just a fir or a pine floor, so it's very soft. But we just had these floors refinished, and that's a huge bummer. But they're barely noticeable now. They were much worse yesterday, and I used a trick to steam them out. And I'm gonna do it again. I just got this wet, and then I got an iron here that I found. This is a vacation cabin, and I just got it red hot, and I just steamed those little moons, and they almost came totally out. I mean, you can't see them standing here. So maybe I'll make a video about doing that, and we'll do it again. But anyway, that's where we're at with this hood vent. And I'm gonna keep on keeping on. I'm gonna crank that thing up. I'm gonna make little marks. Oh, one more thing. Okay, I've got this thing up at the height that I want it at, which is, it's gonna be right at that line. And what I've done is I've come up here and I made sure I had the same gap on each side here, which is about 1/2 inch. So if you set the cabinets at 36, this thing's actually 35.5, so that they do that for you. And then I just got it in place, and I took my Sharpie and I made a little dot there and there so that I just can't screw it up with a bunch of measuring and stuff. Now, the other thing that I was going to say earlier is this darn receptacle is right there. And so it's very difficult to plug these in when it's right behind the pipe. So I got to get a flat plug-in thing. It'll be okay. It's just annoying. Like I knew this was going to happen. This happens every time. So I've come to the conclusion that I will no longer put receptacles behind hood vents. What I will do is I'll have the electrician, I'll cut the hole in the ceiling, which this wasn't done yet, but I'll have him drop a whip down from up top, and I'll run it down. And then we'll just hardwire them. I'll have the electrician just hardwire them all in. Most of these come with a plug-in, I think. But every house that I've done just about has, they put the receptacle right frickin' there. Actually, I take that back. In this case, the receptacle is here because there used to be a microwave up here. So that was where the microwave was, above in a cabinet, because the old range was actually here. So, but there was an upper cabinet and a microwave in it there, and no one sort of thought to change it because they thought it'd be right behind the hood vent. So we just left it there. In the future, I'm gonna have a electrician put a whip up in the attic, and I'm gonna, when I cut this hole for the pipe, I'm gonna run that whip straight down, and then we're gonna hook it up here so that we don't ever have this problem again. Because this is about the 100th time this has happened to me, and I'm getting tired of it. So, anyways, I'm gonna get a tile bit, and I'm gonna just go ahead. If I get lucky and there's framing, which there won't be, because I know there's a stud right next to this receptacle, so there's more than likely nothing on each side there. I'll where am I? I'm gonna take it and mount it with some of these heavy-duty anchors, and I just hope that's enough. You know, this thing isn't very heavy at all. There's like nothing to it. It's really light, so I think it'll be okay. And then we'll get it done. Okay, so I found a plethora of tile bits. Well, those aren't tile bits. That's not tile bit. That's not tile bit. That's not tile bit. That's not tile bit. But I found a plethora of tile bits for this. Even a diamond bit. What size do I need? This size. Probably gonna have to be something like this 1/2 incher here, just to get this baby to, oops, probably gonna have to be this 1/2 incher here, just to get that baby to fit through there. It's a big boy. Just catching the dust there. All right, getting through. Gosh, there might be a stud there. That'd be nice. Oh, maybe not. There it goes. Okay. It's a lot cleaner than it would have been. Here, let's get this baby. Ooh. A piece of that hit me in the eye. Sucker's flying. Catching the dust. Go. Couple of nice little holes. All right. All right. This baby goes in there. Oh, it doesn't fit. Barely doesn't fit. I gotta make that hole just a little bigger. It's really close. Okay, I got those rounded out a little bit, and I made a couple more catches for the dust. Just taping up a piece of paper with a bend in it is a really handy way of not getting crap everywhere. So, see here, just bend that baby in there. There it goes, and once I push that in, it'll go all the way in and open up. So it's open now. I'll do the other one and go ahead and hang the hood vent. All right, I got this thing kind of teetering up here again, sort of teetery, but I'm gonna go ahead and crank this thing up and get us hooked up here. So just one little crank at a time here. Let me back this up a little bit. Here. There it goes. That's a little better. So you just give it a little squeeze, and up it goes. Little squeeze, up it goes. See where we're at here. Oh yeah, I can almost just get those babies right on there right now. Let's go back to the wall a little bit. I'm gonna give it a little crank on the left side here. Where are we? There we go. Oh, just a little more. We'll do the right side too. I'll do one more on the left. This makes it so much easier to get these babies in. A little more. There it is. I'll go ahead and just call that one kind of in. This one I'm gonna raise up a little bit. And I'm just gonna go ahead and pull that out a little bit and pop it right over, just like so. Okay, now we're hooked. I'll go ahead and drop this very gently. Okay, still hooked good. Still hooked. I'm gonna go ahead and just give this a little gentle little drop ski. Just push this button up a little bit. There it goes, just down a little bit. So now it's really on there. Drop this one just a little bit. It's kind of hard to do with the camera in my hand, but there we go. So now I know I'm hooked. Oh. Hope it's still on there. Okay, it's on. Oh, okay, so it's just hanging on that. Okay, that one's out too. It's just sitting at an angle now. Oh, there it goes. Okay, so it's hanging. It's not tightened. It's not where I want it, but it's free hanging. Just tighten those up, give it a little lift and tighten it up. Okay, got it tightened up. It's nice and solid on there. It's really solid. I'm just about exactly where I wanted to be. I wanted to be right at that grout line. I'm just hanging over a little bit, which actually might be good because then it won't transmit if there's, if it's not perfectly parallel as much, but it actually looks absolutely perfect. The holes that I had to make for these anchors were really big. Of course, I drilled in the center, and it being a giant hole, it made this drop to the bottom of the hole. It's not actually in the center where I drilled it. It's at the bottom of the hole, as you can see. So that made this whole thing, I'd say 1/8 of an inch lower than I wanted it. No big deal. I think it looks great. So I have gone ahead and marked the center of this. I put some tape across it, and I measured, and I made a little dot. I know I'm kind of turning this into moon landing, but I'm going to use this laser here to mark the ceiling. I just like to use the laser, so if I can get this thing to come on. I think the battery's dead. Uh-oh. Oh, that's it. There it goes. So if I can just get that baby right there, you can see where my center of my my 6-inch hole is going to be. So I'll just put that on there, and I'll reach up and mark that little dot, and that'll be pretty accurate. So that's how I'll do this. All right, I got that sitting there right over the black dot. Before I can get up here, standing on the new oven, I'll just go ahead and get it. Maybe a mark, just like that. There we go. That's it. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Give it a little squeeze and up it goes. A little squeeze, up it goes. Oh yeah, I can almost just get those babies right on there right now. A little crank on the left side here. Where are we? There we go. Oh, just a little more. We'll do the right side too. I'll do one more on the left. More. There it is. I'll go ahead and just call that one kind of in. This one I'm going to raise up a little bit. And I'm just going to go ahead and pull that out a little bit and pop it right over, just like so. Okay, now we're hooked. Okay. Got it in. Got the chimney stack on. A little bit of a weird roof angle. I didn't cut that. One of my buddies did. He did a real decent job, so it's a nice cut, but this is just thin steel. It's just really thin, really flimsy gauge. I don't even know if it's stainless. I think it's stainless, but it's pretty easy to cut for stainless, but it's flimsy. So I'm gonna have to continue that crown up there above the tile, that wood trim around. You can see we had to cut into the vent even a little bit, which is unfortunate. I had to set the upper bracket at an angle, but I got it in. The lights are on. It's real loud. I don't remember what brand this thing is, but here's number 3. So it's off, I think. Quieter. It's just the light. So there it is. That was a difficult one for sure. Additionally, in drilling that upper hole, I also broke my hand. I had this big hole saw here, actually this one laying over here. That big guy right there, and that's the very drill. And it got caught on me and broke my hand. I have a broke bone behind my ring finger there. So you gotta be careful when you're doing this work. This is thick car decking, it's real strong. It's not a regular ceiling. I was being careful, I've done this a million times. I know I've had drills bind up on me many, many times, but it just got me. So that's it for this thing. I'll probably clean this all off and turn on the range for you too. It's a Thor range, all gas. And we finally got that in, and the trials and travails of that, getting that sucker in there were something else too. So I'll do a little follow-up video on the Thor. So there you go. Thank you.